Hey everyone, Merry Christmas. It's the late evening, December 25th when I'm recording this. A few days ago I got in the mail a Kickstarter from a company called Last Sword Miniatures and just stuck the parcel under the tree. Didn't open it till today and thought I would do an unboxing video. And then I didn't know if that would be very interesting. These are unassembled models. But I said I would do it. I just want to do more videos to get the practice for doing them. And then I thought it might be more interesting if I could show you models from this company once they're assembled. And so if I can motivate myself after I open these, I will put some together and I'll make another video and tack that on at the end of this so you can see some assembled models. But what I have here is the recent Kickstarter from Last Sword Miniatures. This is a company who makes models that are fantasy models, mostly used in games like the Ninth Age or Kings of War. They're compatible with Ninth Age really well, specifically, and that's a game that I really enjoy, and a lot of my friends and I play that. And High Elves were the army I used to play in Warhammer Fantasy when that was being sold by Games Workshop, but they moved on from that product, and the Ninth Age has come to fill the void that left. So my love for the High Elf armies continued, but the models for that army, some got pretty old and they were looking outdated, and Games Workshop wasn't really going in an art direction that I liked. But along came Last Sword with some really nice stuff. They started out, these are just like a couple guys in Spain, a small company. I think maybe they have a few more people now, but they started out, they did a Kickstarter several years ago just for spearmen and archers and a couple characters. And I loved those models and backed that Kickstarter, got them. These are the spearmen that I got. I got a whole bunch of them. I painted up a couple units of these. I got a bunch of archers. I haven't done those yet. I've been focusing on other projects, other armies, as I get distracted when new things come in. But as you can see, they're really nice. They have a sort of Roman, not a sort of, they have a Roman inspiration to them in their design. But I really liked them. They're really nice quality. They're not cheap, but you get what you pay for. And with these guys, the really cool thing is that they made them so that the pieces would be interchangeable with the two kits, the spearmen and archers, different parts you could mix and match. And then their follow-up Kickstarter, they did a few elite infantry units, sword masters, and these dragon guard models, a few more characters, and so those pieces can mix. And this is a character from that, where they have this really neat dragon themed armor. So I got that too, of course. And then they've done, since then, they did a Lizardmen Kickstarter, which I did get, and I think I'll do a video for that eventually once I have some of those put together. And since all that, they've opened a Patreon. I'll put links to that so you can see if you're into 3D printing. They have a lot of really great sculpts. A lot more for the elves. They're doing just humans, empire stuff. They did run a Kickstarter. I forgot, for undead. I didn't back that one, but some really interesting stuff there. And then they went back and did their High Elves again. This funded, way back in February 2020. It was supposed to deliver in March this year, but delays. Most projects have been delayed, and this was no exception, especially considering it's, just a few guys doing it. I'm happy it's finally here. I thought I'd open it up. Not sure how interesting it'll be. We'll find out. These are unassembled, but I have, in this Kickstarter, there was a dragon, a character riding a dragon, and then it was called the Queen's Duty, and I chuckle when I say it, but that's, they wanted to do what are called sea guards, so they're elves with spears and bows. They're like Marines who fight from shore or sea or boat, ship. They had also put in some elite Queen's Guard. These are a really good unit in the 9th Age. Also, they can have bows or they can have spears. And they can have some cool upgrades. And then they also did some knights, some mounted knights. These are the, in Warhammer Fantasy, they're the silver helms. And I'm drawing a blank on what they are in the 9th Age. But these are like the normal knights, not their. There's some elite knights that are maybe going to come later. So the really nice thing about these is they're made of like a resin plastic, and they're flexible. They're really easy to put together. They have a lot of detail. And you don't actually have to prime these before you paint them. So that's something that I really appreciate about them. I actually tried doing it and it worked just fine. Just washed them in soap and water, glue them together. So this is a dragon. It's in pieces. It's not a big dragon, which is really good because there is a young dragon model with a kind of wizard that rides it that I have used a lot. Nice long spear. I'll put this together. It'll look a lot better that way. You'll see how it looks, but you know, it stands on this. It's got this broken column, and you can see maybe, yeah, there's a guy in there. You can see his. Oh, there are some wizards in here too. So a lot of the dragon. There's some dragon-themed wizards in the army that wear armor. So yeah. So let's see. We got some. It says archers. And some bows, some bodies, and these will get reused a little bit, but then all the pieces are compatible with the kits from before and after. What I like about these is, yeah, they're just simple. Right? They're not crazy poses, so they should be easy to rank up as long as I put the arms in and everything else on. And so this is how they come. If you're not used to assembling models and you're looking at that like, oh, that's too much work. Like, it's really not that bad. You just clip the pieces off, and I don't know. It's fun for someone like that enjoys that kind of thing. So you get, looks like, sorry, I'll flip that over. You have heads. These are shoulder pads. And then you have these arms on ball joints. And the shoulder pads are important because so you can customize where the arms are. And then the shoulder pads hide if there's any weird looking joins. And then you don't see that ball part either sticking out. And it works really well. It also helps when you're mixing in the pieces from other kits. Just see here, there's a banner. And you can see like really nice detail, really crisp. They have this like flex to them. Like I can just do this, right? They just snap right back. Which is really nice. I don't know when it is useful, but I just like it. Because they don't bend so much. They're also easy to straighten out if they are like too bent. Looks like we have, quivers full of arrow. It's hard to really like picture how these are going to look when they're put together. So that's why I really need to assemble something. And I'll do that, and I'll put some at the end of this video. I think this might be some scenery and characters. There were a lot of extras in the Kickstarter that we got, and a lot of things I ordered. Yeah, so this is one of those dragon mages. And there were, I think, 5 different ones. There was 4, like, a sort of council, with different ones, and then they had this more impressive one as well. So these could be like the hero level wizards. Wow, yeah, I really like them. And I love the unified theme. And oh, they've printed me a model. That is a hound. Huh, I wonder if you get someone to go with. I have a bunch of their miniatures from the Patreon, but I haven't been able to print them because I need to learn how to do supports for the ones that I have. This is like a Queen's bodyguard, and a little funny, kind of outside. There's not kind of, it is a bit outside the style you would expect just from her level of clothing or lack thereof. But I don't know. I think with like a really good paint job, some interesting posing here and stuff. I like it's interesting. It just, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but we'll see what we can do with it. I love the weapon. I like the masks. I like the pose. Just that, I don't know. It's weird, but they can do what they want. This is the queen. This is what it's all about, is protecting her. Yeah, she's really nice. And yeah, this guy, so this is the like main wizard. He's got this flame he's standing on, really impressive. Its stamp is in the way of his face, but nice details on the face. Like he has a, you know, an actual expression that's not just a blank stare. I've been painting some models for another game that the faces have really soft details, so something like this that I can actually do, you know, pick out all the details will be really nice. I wasn't worried about the quality of these at all. I knew they would be good. It's just nice to see. So there's just some scenery in here, some like bonsais, some pyres, flames, I don't know what to call them, some obelisks, just for unit filler, or some scenery. There's a couple of them. Oh, it's one. Wow, that's actually really big. There's like a guy. Nice and big. I like that. And it looks like, oh yes. Oh, that's interesting. So these are some statues. Really nice, like these old ancient things. And this looks like it's a 3D print, which is fine. But wow, I love this. Especially like that. They had for their undead Kickstarter, they had a character who had this kind of thing on her that I was very tempted to get, but I wasn't able to. Yeah, and then there's this other statue. Reminds me of the Lord of the Rings a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Although, yeah, I wish they were in the same material, but once it's painted, like, who cares? Let's see. Spear women. We'll do this. I have another box of, it just says Spear Women on it, which I won't open, and then some knights. So we're just going to look at this a little bit. It's just some pieces. I'm sure it all makes sense once it's done. Bodies, you can see these are, I think, the same bodies as before, but now we have some different bows and quivers that go on their back, maybe, and some spears, shields. I like that they're recessed this, so I can just like put an ink in here and then maybe dry brush over the color and not make mistakes, but we'll see. Usually these kind of designs are on the like raised. So I don't know. I really like that. I like the designs. Simple and elegant. Let's see if there's anything else interesting in here to see. Just the same kind of thing. Heads, arms, shoulder pads. We'll put some together. But just wanted to look at everything. So here we have the Swan Knights. These are really impressive. They're like winged cavalry. Not flying, but like they have wings on their back. Like if you know Kislevites or from Warhammer Fantasy or shoot, I'm drawing a blank on the historic Slavic ones that did that. But, so these kinds of things go on the back. We've got those. We've got knight bodies, beautiful armor, but not too complicated. Got some shields. Nice banner. And oh, I like this. The horses are one solid body. I don't know. I don't like putting horses together. They always have the worst seams. I'm really impressed that they could get this as one solid piece, actually. Tails, too. When I first started playing High Elves with the Games Workshop's old silver helms, you had to put the two body halves together with these tails on like a little peg that these would like clamp, the halves would clamp on, and these would always break off without fail. But like, this is so good. And this is right, the normal cavalry for elves. Of course, everything they have is gotta look impressive. And so, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't really work. Put that body on. And it looks like, not sure if we have different poses or not. Oh yeah. Yeah, there are some different ones. This one's leg is forward. That one's left leg's forward. Feathers are more up. So we do have different poses. That is good. When you have single casts like this, then you don't really get to choose. So sometimes that can be frustrating, but they look really good. Oh, I like this. So these lances. Nice textured things there, so I don't have to like do that myself. And the fabric tied on, what would we call it? Flat? I don't know. I'm sure it has a name. That'll make it look more like the models in motion. I've got some that'll just be up, holding them up. And some swords. And oh, yeah, looks like a tail broke off of one of them. So I'll fix it. What I wasn't not seeing in here is any like heads or arms to hold anything. So hopefully that's not missing. And if it is, I'm sure we'll get it fixed. But that is. Oh, now I'm curious. Now I am curious. So each box has 8 knights. Okay, so no, I do have some heads. 5. Some arms. Yeah, I just got everything out too quickly. Oh, yes, I did. There they are. Ha, good. Got it. Awesome. All right, well, that is the the new stuff from Last Sword Miniatures. Gotta say, I'm pretty excited about it. Very happy. I'll finish this now, and I will put a few of these together so I can show you what they look like when they're done. So I'll see you then. Bye. Alright, so I took some time and put a few models together. I found that a lot of the pieces had quite a few mold lines and things like that, just a lot of prep. So I didn't do as many as I thought I would, or that I was hoping to do, but I did a few just to show you some things put together, or close to. The nice thing with this stuff is, since you don't need to prime it, I can leave certain parts unassembled, which will make things easier to paint later. But this is a project that's pretty far into the future for me right now, so didn't need to put a ton together, but we'll start. So this is the Queen. She's got that classic like old pose with the, like almost like a T pose, but just a nice, she's pretty angry. She's yelling. She's got this really nice staff, a scroll, and it should look really nice painted up. One of the things I really liked was, so this is for the wizard. This is like a flaming dragon that he's summoning. You can see, maybe you can see, there's like rocks and things in there. And then that's the guy, and he just goes in. You can see this just there by his cloak. And then looks like he's floating. Sorry, the light's not really. There you go. So he'll go like that. Really impressive. Really like that model a lot. And then I did one of the Swan Knights. So these are the wings I was talking about before. Hussars, I think, maybe is the name of that cavalry, but really very nice. It did turn out I was missing a few arms from the boxes of these, but I should have enough to make a whole unit of 10, which is what I need. So these I thought maybe even I could use for the elite cavalry. Oh, that's just blue tacked on. Same as that, but you can see like with these you could glue this in a bunch of different ways, and same with this, but these are really neat. I like them a lot. And then finally I decided to mostly put together the dragon. He's got a spear that he just, sorry, figure this out, something like that. Then there's some more columns that go on this foot to give him more stability. He's really light though, so that should be good. And so compared to, like, this is the GW dragon kit, so you can see this is perfect for a younger dragon, nicer like hero size. There is this dragon, it's called the Order of the Fiery Heart. Goes on a small fire dragon, and it's a hero I've tried before and really like. But when Last Sword started out, they were just doing infantry size models, and now we're getting big monsters and they're lizardmen. They had it's called a Bastillodon, I guess, Dyroscutus in 9th Age, like an Ankylodon, basically. That was their first like big impressive model. Their Patreon, they have a griffin, they have a few other really interesting things, a new Carnosaur. But I really like the design of this. And yeah, so a few gaps I'll have to fill. Nothing major, but really cool. So overall, very happy. And hopefully you enjoyed checking some of these models out with me. Thanks for watching. Bye.